so scared, and they don't mind, they don't care that they are actually making mockery of the judiciary in the face of the world. They don't care. That's not power. That is cowardice. Yeah. Cowardice, fear wrapped in cowardice. You have the judiciary. You have all of these people. You could even manufacture your fake evidence. Bring them to your court and allow the court to do its job. The job of the court is to examine all evidences, witnesses, and everybody, and then reach a conclusion independently. But no, that's not what is happening. So how then do you think people can sit back and say, okay, let us allow the judicial process to take its course? There's no point in protesting. There's no point in this. Let's allow the court to. Are you kidding me? Like, are you pretending? Which court is allowed to? Are they being allowed to do their work right now? 10 years. 10 years of locking Nnamdi Kanu in and out of their prison. Changing their different charges of why they are holding him. They are holding him for treason. They are holding him for terrorism. They are holding him for incitement. They actually continue to change their charges while they keep holding him. And the court is allowing it. Is that normal to you? But to some people, it is not. And October 20 is sacrosanct. Like Sowore, they are intensifying their effort in the mobilization. It's going to be like a showdown. And if you count the days right now, it means we only have just 4 days. A lot will happen before then. But so far, they are not waiting on any court anymore. Not a dependent court. They are not independent. And you know that. Yeah? Sowore, back on the street. As it is believed that to force the hand of the tyrant, you have to become what the Yoruba called alagidi unloga alagbara. Somebody way to say get power, and somebody way they stubborn. Here you get. At some point, even alagbara will say, you know what? Just you know what I mean? We're gonna get to that part. Here.
We have been on this now for the last 2 weeks, and that was the time that the God said all of us must become wise. And at the time for justice is now. When it started, for those of you who have been following, I started by contacting Southeastern leaders. I called them one by one. Some of them I have their phone numbers. Say it's time for us to bring Nnamdi Kanu. It is the time to bring Nnamdi Kanu home from unjust detention. Some of them say they will call me back. Till today they have not called me back. But when the time for anything is right, you don't need a big man. The big man is about to be reduced to nobody now. Because the real big man and the biggest fish is the person we are trying to bring home, which is Nnamdi Kanu. And some of you must have been told, there's a lot of stories that are funding bloggers that I'm doing this for politics. I am not looking for votes. I have said it to people, if I'm looking for votes, I will go and look for money and give to INEC. They will give me election votes, I go win up. The person will be president now, come campaign to you. Be president? Some will say, it's Yoruba, is trying to lead this thing. I am not Onye Yoruba, I'm Onye Justice. And as an Onye Justice, the people I hate most in my life are the people Igbos call Onye Zuzu. Yes. All these charlatans, when they give opinion now, say, Nnamdi Kanu must go through the court system. Let him be tried first. We cannot talk about the case that is in court. Ask the Onye Zuzus. were charged for corruption, did they wait for the court to resolve their problem? No. I don't want to mention their name, you know them. Ask the Oyezuzus, what is Nnamdi Kanu's offense? They cannot tell you. I am not a lawyer, but I move around with lawyers a lot. And because I'm a repeat offender, you know, I offend them every week. So they charge me every week. Something we know as a principle of law is that the person that has been tried, not found guilty, discharged and acquitted cannot be tried again. That principle is known as double jeopardy. The Court of Appeal in this country made a declaration that because kidnappers were the ones who brought Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria from Kenya, you cannot try him for the offense they claim to have committed. They now went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court made another declaration that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. That it was Nigerian army that went to try to kill him, and he has a right to run away because of the criminals who tried to kill him. Sickness, now wait till you take your hand, carry, now bring the sickness. Some sickness now to chop too much. Some sickness come from drinking too much alcohol, like the one in Abuja. We go mention my name the other day. He never recover. Some sickness then comes from stealing other people's lands. Some sickness comes from demolishing people's shop where they take chop. You can never be well if you do evil against your fellow human beings for so long as they are doing it. You don't need to go to church to know that. You don't need to go to mosque to know that. That one is a principle of natural justice. So we are here to invite you on Monday. And my question that I've been asking, because this is our 8th market since yesterday, I have been asking everybody that we met, that are you saying there are no up to 1 million people in this Abuja? Are you saying there are no up to 1 million people in this Abuja that can step out for a just cause? And if we are 1 million, you know all the security agencies in Nigeria that are not up to 1 million? Yes. The Nigeria police is 350,000. That is the number that they are paying salary. The real ones who still there alive now around 210,000. But you know, say police get the highest number of ghost workers for this country. The Nigerian Army is about 150,000. DSS is 10,000. Nigerian Navy is 15,000. If you add MC Oluomo and all their people, maybe it's 500,000. We are 1 million. If 1 million people they go, nobody feel wait. And that is why I came here to address you today. This has nothing to do with tribe. It has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with religion. I have said it and I will keep saying it. The only religion that I know is justice. The only ethnicity I belong to is the ethnicity of justice. The only thing that I tell people sometimes, where I don't know why there's something in my body where make me to say I be Igbo person, because anytime I hear Ogene music, I lose my mind. Yes. So, but on a serious note, please let's meet on Monday and march on Aso Rock. We are converging at 7 a.m. in the morning. Unity Fountain. But if they play any game there, we'll go pass through another place. So be prepared for that day. Carry water, carry some granite, put for pockets. Carry your friend with you. If you no get friends, carry your enemy. Drag them, say for the first time, let's go and do justice to this country. Bring everybody with you and let's make this happen. It's going to be a peaceful protest. And we have informed them that it's going to be peaceful. And we have heard that they are planning counter protest as well. But I tell you, it's psychological engineering. Because if the real people are moving, all those ones, all the Oyezuzus, we won't do their this. When they say, Nnamdi will even come join us. And that day, Nnamdi will come sweep the floor after we finish the matter. But the most important thing is that we are bringing Nnamdi Kanu home on Monday.
Kanu now. He's not wrong. The court, an appeal court, freed Nnamdi Kanu. in 2022 that he has no case to answer. It took Nigeria 8 days. They didn't appeal it. They said they wanted the Supreme Court to interpret that judgment. So their Supreme Court now ruled and said, well, what happened is that they didn't jump any bail. So which means his bail was supposed to be reinstated. It shouldn't be in anybody's detention, not Abuja Hospital, not Abuja Prison, not DSS detention. It should be in his house. If they have to even like follow a tiny bit of their own court, Supreme Court, Nnamdi Kanu won't be in anybody's detention. So they picked what the Supreme Court said that, but if they say he has a case to answer now, then they should go and retry the case. So they picked on retrying the case. They dropped everything else. And you think that's justice? That's normal? That's not normal. And that is why there are people who feels like that. They say, he's waiting for Sowore there. Okay. If you see, because we know your type, right? If you see anybody who is of Igbo extraction doing it, you will also change the narrative again. It will be, what is wrong with these Igbo people? They know they learn. They want to cause another war. Because of this, why can't they just do their protest in their region? Why are they coming to Abuja? You will change it. So this is like a super tackle. So we want to see how they are going to play it. It has become so difficult for Tifnumbu, the Ronukus, and the rest of them to spin it. Even for some of you obedient, it has been so difficult to spin it because you, inside so many of you, it's the right thing to do. But now the person where they do you know, like. You get me now? And that's most of the problems that causes all this disunity. You get what I mean? It is that person that is doing it. Me, I understand, Maiyegun, but it's just that I don't trust Sowore. Baba, who need your trust? People need your presence, action. What is the cost of action? Injustice to Nnamdi Kanu has to end. The whole mago needs to end. And some people need to stand up. At least push. It's been there for like too long. If you care about that, you won't care about the person who is organizing it or trying to kind of like tarnish him, tear him apart, and do all you have been doing online. But guess what? It seems to be really gaining momentum to the point that the NANs have got their own press conference to say we are distancing ourselves from Sowore's protest. Alaye, you were not invited in the first place. Nans and Sheyi Tifnumbu, it's just like, you get? So why would anybody want to invite Nans, especially this Nans? Nans is like National Association of Nigerian Students. I'm going to get to that part. So just so you know, all right, that those who are demanding for his release are those who have been following the whole thing for so long that they can tell this is absolute nonsense. Because in that same country, you are watching your national security advisor funding terrorists in a way to control the terrorism, to be in charge. Many people have come out to say that. Nobody has been arrested for it, because it's true. Rather, they started attacking the personalities that said it, right? So you are seeing terrorists who are saying they are doing peace meeting with those weapons, war weapons, RPG. And you still think you have the moral kind of like a justification to say Nnamdi Kanu should rot in that prison. Nah, could make sense.
Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Holy, 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 holy. Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Nnamdi Kanu now. Our game here today is very simple. We just came to see you to tell you that on Monday we want to bring Nnamdi Kanu home, and we are not going to take a no for an answer, because terrorists in this country, they can negotiate with government. Drug dealers in this country can be pardoned by the president. Murderers in this country granted pardon last week. But our brother who has not committed any crime known to law has been languishing in detention back and forth for 10 years. We are saying this market and other markets across the country must close down on Monday. If God did not close down the market, you must also join us at Aso Rock Villa. We are looking for 1 million people to march to. You cannot tell me that there are no 1 million good people in this Abuja. But the good news is that people are coming from everywhere. Kaduna, Port Harcourt, Lagos, even Osun State, people just contacted us that they are coming. This is not Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba matter. This is a matter for justice. This country cannot continue to treat some people as second-class citizens. While some can get away with crime, some cannot even commit a crime. Even when they don't commit a crime, they end up detained forever. And you know me, I know them very well. You know, every week they charge me for something. So I know when I see rubbish charges, I know it. This one is number 1 rubbish charge in Nigeria. It shall be well with you. We are inviting you Monday, please. Join us. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
Kanu now. I don't know how that will make anybody feel bad. You are concerned about the insecurity in eastern Nigeria. Could you please take a moment, just a moment, to have a throwback to 2015, 2019, even when they kidnapped him in 2015, 2020, then 2021 when they kidnapped him again from Kenya. Now, prior to that, I need you to take a moment as an Igbo person. I know I may not really be in your shoes. So I do not have changed my screen. So I may not be in your shoes. But take a moment, all right, to reflect, to remind yourself. There was never any form of hooligancy. There is no form of a violence, harassment that is linked or associated with any of the IPOB that Nnamdi Kanu was supervising. Not a single one. Not a single report. You will say, oh, prompted the police to take action anywhere in Igbo land. Until 2021. First, 2020, when the ESN started. Then they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, 2021, again. And then surprisingly, they started having unknown gunmen, unknown this. You know how all of that played out, how all of that went. Some of you said, oh, it was because he already created the idea. How come that idea was never implemented when he was even in their detention? There was no disruption, there was no nothing, to the best of my own knowledge. Then they kidnapped him. This time they have now dropped the treasonable felony charges. They dropped that. They now changed it. This is time to change it to terrorism. How could somebody in your detention, if this insecurity breaks out in any part of the country, it is the work of the government to actually what? How could the insecurity break out from a place you have militarized? before you militarize the eastern part of Nigeria, the common crime you get to see as usual is this armed robbery, the normal crimes. Well, they are not normal crimes, but they've become normal now compared to what you have now. We've witnessed, the carnage we've witnessed in the last couple of years. So even if you hate him that much because they said you should, or you just needed somebody to blame,